Hey, good evening. Welcome to Nigel's Joys. And today we've got a bit of a special edition. This is in the nature of a bit of a how-to and a bit of a tip. We are actually going to unmold my Fruit and Nutcase Fruitcake. And basically, I planned ahead a little bit so that people who are buying it, and that could include you, finds it easy to unmold the cake. So here we have my fruit cake. I have a B-roll over here. So if periodically I sort of look over there, you know why. In any case, what I want to show you is what I did. I basically baked them all in a foil tin.
If you haven't figured out by now, my delish, if I do say so myself, homemade alcoholic fruit and nutcase fruitcake is available for Christmas orders, especially if you're in Kuala Lumpur. Hit me up on my social media, which is linked below in the description or at the end of this video.
It's packed with fruits and basically nuts. I don't hugely like a lot of nuts in my fruitcake, but I do use them for decoration, and they're whole almonds. And then of course I've got these lovely glacé cherries on top, so it looked really festive. But more than anything, it's packed. It's out of this 700 grams, I think about 400 grams of it is fruit, and that's broken down into dates, raisins, dried cranberries, and mixed peel. And then there's a whole slew of spices which shall forever be secret. Well, actually not, because I'm going to actually do a video on this fruitcake. And what it is I put in cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and ginger powder, as well as a little treacle to warm it up a little bit. So on a cold winter evening, you can have a slice of this with a glass of sherry, and it's this moist, warm heaven in your mouth. So here we go. What I did was I planned ahead a little bit, and I made it so that it would be easy to unmold. What I've done is actually put a parchment sling into it. I don't know if you can see this, but here's the parchment sling. I made it a little longer. I could have made it a little longer than that, but I thought it would be rather messy to look at if you're going to present it as a gift. Run a knife around the edges. Make sure you don't cut the sling. Run a knife around the edges just to make sure that it's all nice and loose. I've actually been really paranoid for you, of course, because I've actually I've greased and floured the tin as well as putting in the parchment. So here we go. I freed it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift it out. As easy as cake. I'm going to also brush this down with a little marmalade. And as you can see, it just gives it that gorgeous, gorgeous gloss. But once you've done that, make sure you store it in the fridge. And when you want to eat it, thaw it out. It's got lots of butter in it as well. So there we go. My fruit and nut fruitcase. I can't say this right. My fruit and nutcase fruitcake.
Go on, subscribe, like, and click the notify bell, and please leave a comment below. You know you want to.
So here we go. We're going to slice into it and we're going to eat it. Now, peel off the parchment gently, and as you can see, I've actually drowned this in alcohol. It's got This one loaf alone has 60 milliliters of brandy and port, and it's been allowed to age. So if you do want to add to it, you're quite welcome, but you know what? You can drink it too, rather than just pouring it in your cake. So Let's do this. I'm going to cut it from the center. Oh, that feels amazing. Now, always use a very sharp knife. I'm actually using my filleting knife because the good part about a filleting knife is it's got a really narrow blade, so it doesn't stick to the cake at all. The other thing is, if you want, you can also use a serrated knife, but dip it into hot water, wipe it off, and then cut it down. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. It is moist and chock-a-block of fruits. Okay, so I'm going to give a slice here and try a bit. I'm trying to cut it really thin, but the almonds are not cooperating, obviously. Always saw your way through. Don't press down, okay? That gives you the best results. The cake is almost puddingy in texture because I've drowned it in so much alcohol. So here we go. Oh. If I may say so, it's one of the better fruitcakes I've ever tasted. Oh, all right, I was thinking of the word best, but that seemed a touch immodest. So, Nigel's Fruit and Nutcase Fruitcake.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Nigel Skelchie.